And I have repaired the L19 Bird Dog, the Vmar or Checkmar model, which used to be the old Hobby King one. And since my evil encounter with the curbs at the other site, and there's no curbs here, so I should have waited. This is where I should have flown. So I've changed motors and props and repaired the belly the best I could, and we're gonna give her a shot. I'll have to look at the motor. I don't remember the KV of it, but I think it was very similar to the size and speed and everything of the last one. I just put a big slow fly prop on there, so I think it's a 9x6 maybe. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'll have to look at it. But all right, so we got right aileron, left aileron, up elevator, down elevator, right rudder, left rudder. All right. Hey, she's flying. A little windy up there today, so about 3/4 throttle right now. Try not to mess with the sun too bad.
Time remaining 4 minutes.
I'm running a 2200 China Hobby 3S in her right now. It's real windy today, so therefore trying to get her trimmed out is going to be nearly impossible. You need to have, when you're trying to trim out a plane, you need to have a really, now that's almost full throttle right there. That slow fly prop is definitely working. Don't want to hit the flagpoles here. Yeah, this is the way this model is meant to fly. Here, this is going to be a full throttle pass into the wind. There, that's full throttle away from the wind, or with the wind. Now, one thing I did as part of the build tip for this plane, you don't want to use the tires that come with it. They are like concrete. I mean, they are just, oh, that was beautiful. They are just hard plastic, and with very little give at all. Man, that's full throttle right there. Of course, into the wind. Hey, a little bit of a knife edge, but not a very good one. What a nice flying little plane. This plane was $99 at a company called Heli Direct. It's online, obviously, and online. I don't think they actually have a store as far as a actual store you can go to. But they also sell really high-end turbine jets and stuff and helicopters. But they sell these. They have this line of Vmar, no glue or very little glue required. Basically just bolt together ARFs. They got a whole line of them. Kyra got about 16 or 17 that are in stock that you can choose from. What a sweet flying little plane. And like I say, she's balsa and pine. So, and I have no kind of, this plane would be great if I put a gyro in it. It's got no kind of stabilization at all. I'm running just an AR 620 antennaless receiver, and very pleased. I'm very pleased. Successful. This is like the Remaiden. I maidened her and crashed her into the curbs. Never even got her more than just a couple of feet off the ground. But you got to let that tail lift and let her get up off the ground. You got to get that, because she will ground loop on you big time. Real bad about that. So I would dial in like negative expo. I think that's right. Negative expo. So you got good rudder control. But yeah, good looking plane.
Time remaining 1 minute.
Typical Cub style. So when you turn, you're going to want to kind of have a coordinated turn, a flat turn like that. And I set my timer for 5.5 minutes. Oh, I love the markings, man. You can really see the Navy military markings on there. And that red and white looks pretty good in this guy. Yeah. Oh man, I tell you what, I like this plane. But they, you know, you always say, you know, foam flies nice, but they say nothing flies as well as like balsa and pine. So I could have had a good landing, but I messed that one up. Yeah, you definitely want to stay on that rudder. See, I didn't let that tail lift up quick enough, and she ground looped on me just a little bit, but I was able to get enough power and get her going. So
10, 9, 8, 7.
all right, got our 5-minute timer
4.
coming down here. Into the wind. All right.
3, 2, 1. Time expired.
Time expired. Oh, yeah, she's squirrely
Motor on.
on the ground, so you definitely want to be careful. All right, some motors off. That's the Emax motor. Oh, I can't really tell. I'm sorry what it is. I think it's 900. Looks like 939 kV. That sounds weird. And this is a 9x6. Yeah, 9x6 slow fly prop. It's an Emax motor. I put these little DeBose low bounce tires on there, which awesome. This area here I broke, so the actual battery hatch is not really held on. I got some rubber bands on here, and this hatch, when I bought the plane, I noticed that this hatch here was kind of dented in, as you can see. But you get all your access to your servos and everything there. My AR620 is underneath where the pilot would normally sit, double-sided tape underneath there. A little handy little latch mechanism there to have access there. A carbon fiber spar. CG on this plane is right on this panel line here, or this decal. And so you put your fingers there, and she CGs just about perfectly on that mark. And that's with a 2200 3S up here. And I'm not gonna, I gotta dig in there. I got foam in there to retain. There is no way of securing the battery in the battery hatch. It just lays in there. So what I did was I got the ESC. I've got it double-sided taped up against the side of the plane, and then I put the battery in there, and there's a little firewall that it'll rest against, and I put a big chunk of spongy foam to hold everything in place so the battery won't move around. But you can see everything on this plane, everything bolts together. Everything's already threaded for you, but it's not a bad idea to go ahead and put some CA in the threads and put in there. Now, I use my own clevises here, the kind that, because it's an old model, the kind that poke through and you have the zip type connector. That's what I use on all my control surfaces. The tail wheel, something else about this model, if you look at this tail wheel assembly here, that bolts in, but I think they gave me the wrong tail wheel, because this the shaft is too long, and if you look up here, there's like this little rubber grabber that holds on. Well, it doesn't fit. You have to extend this metal down and bend it, rebend it, and line it up in order to make it fit and work correctly to where you get your normal movement. And so you'll see that if you get this model, you'll see what I'm talking about. You may have to bend this a little bit and then reshape it. So I hope I'm showing this. And but I just think, and then this little piece of plastic here just covers all your bolts and everything. The tail and everything just bolts together, just like a lot of these models, like a lot of your E-Flight and your other foam models. But if you'll notice, the rudder, there's a gap here. It doesn't quite fill the space. So, and that's not that big of a deal. But it's very obvious where everything goes. A lot of that, you know, you have to measure from wingtip to elevator tip. Because it bolts in only one spot, you can't really manipulate that. And it came out right. But the markings are nice, the clear canopy. It did have a pilot in there, but he's just this ugly pilot, and he just a real soft plastic, and he just came right off, and I didn't want to feel like messing with him. But nice detail. Very good looking model, and as you saw, she flies pretty good. You get her trimmed out. Would really benefit from a gyro. So but that's just me. She flew fine without it. And that is the L19 Bird Dog. Used to be a Hobby King, now it's sold by Vmar. You can get it for $99 or $93, something like that. And my whole bill with shipping was $133. And I ordered it on one day. I want to say I ordered it on a Wednesday, and I had it at my house by Friday. So super fast shipping. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. God bless y'all. Bye-bye.